going to do a little bit of work in the garden today, just prepping it for winter, and I thought I'd bring you guys along. It's November 7th, just so you know, because I'm trying to keep track of time. I know I don't post my videos even near the actual date that I film, so I'm filming this on November 7th, but here we go. Here's what we're looking like. Very fall-esque, not a whole lot of green. We're just gonna start clearing out these beds. Here's what I'm doing. I'm taking out the mulch that's been in there for a year now. I tried it out because a lot of people swear by mulch, and really I don't like it. I just don't. It starts embedding in the soil, and it's hard to separate from the soil when you actually want to plant in there, and it leaches nutrients out of the soil. And I had a lot of trouble with my soil this year, and I think part of the reason was because of I had mulch and I had straw, and it was just a nightmare. So I'm trying something new next year. I'm not doing mulch. I'm not doing any of that. We're gonna see how it goes. You know, a lot of people have great success with mulch. I haven't yet. Maybe I will in the future. We're gonna try a few different things in my future years of gardening, and we'll just see what works for me, you know? I'm glad it works for the people it works for. I know every time I talk about sifting my soil, I get people who complain, and I understand it's just not something that a lot of people do. I'm trying to find my way, you know? I'm trying to find what works for me. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm taking out, you can see the wood, I'm taking out the mulch, and I've already started the sifting that you guys hate so much. But I am going to put this in my compost because it's good nutrients. I don't want to get rid of this. But there's the soil, and even still, there's still wood in there. I do have a sifter that's smaller than this one, so I might run it through again because I really don't want to put that wood back in the bed. But here's what I'm doing in this first bed. I'm not sure. I mean, this video is probably just going to be this first bed because, my goodness, it's going to take some time to get through the whole garden. This is actually only, I don't know, maybe an hour later, 30 minutes later, but the sun's coming over and casting that shadow. So I did get all the wood mulch out. I actually emptied this and filled it up again. So we're looking at just dirt, which is great. I am going to remove the basil now, and I'm going to scatter the seeds in these beds over here because this is where they grew last summer, 2024, and this is where they grew this summer, 2025. And I'm just going to move them back and forth between these two beds. I think I did have some grow here, but it seemed like they weren't getting enough sun, that this bed is close enough to the house that summer plants don't do as well, I think. So my plan is to kind of make this another chaos garden. There's my shadow. So I'm planning on dropping some lettuce seeds, some chicory seeds, and just letting it bloom and do its thing. And that is the plan. Let's take the basil out. Here's the bed. I'm sitting next to it. And excuse the train, but this bed, I took out the basil. And as you can see, I did decide to put some of the seeds in here, and some of the leaves, they'll break down over the winter. And if I get some basil, that'll be great. But basil does a little bit of pest control, not a ton, but it has been known to deter some pests. I can't remember which ones right now. But if there's even a little chance of basil doing that, plus it's beautiful and it smells wonderful and it's delicious, then that'll be great. I'll just have a few plants in this garden with whatever I happen to grow in here. You can see this plant, the scallion. There used to be 4 here. I took out 2 of the older ones that I think have been here longer. They're over there, you can see them. I'm going to chop those up and put them in the freezer to use and make broth with later. I don't want to throw those in the compost. They taste too good. So I've left these in here because, as I've said before, scallions are amazing. They can grow almost year-round in Kansas. If I took scissors and just snipped it off at the bottom, it would still grow. It would come back. The center of it would come back green. They're just amazing. Plant scallions. They're like the easiest thing. They don't require a ton of water. They can take the heat, the cold. This is my little promo video for growing scallions. Do it. You'll feel like an expert gardener. But what I'm doing now is, this is the dirt that I had taken out, and I'm giving it a second sift with this smaller sifter, and we have this that is going to be going back into there. I don't want to waste the soil. I am putting it back in there, so that's what I'm working on right now. All right, this is the finished product for now. I put the soil back in there and I watered it in, and right now this is all I'm going to do tonight because I'm losing daylight. But I'm not completely done with this bed. I am going to put down compost, worm castings, alfalfa pellets, and maybe some organic fertilizer, because I don't know if you watched my short, but I did get some on sale at Walmart, so we'll see. Just a lot of trying to put nutrients back into the soil so I'll have a better year next year. So I'll let you know probably when I do that. Sometimes I just do stuff without filming because I just don't think about it. But thanks for coming along for the ride this time, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.